Ladies and gentlemen, the Road to FaMniversary starts tonight. And if you don't know who this is, go back and watch the Royal Rumble. We're kicking it off with Cameron Basher at the Royal Rumble. Retained, that actually hurt for me to say, retained his championship. And is coming out here tonight to address Nic Virtue. Now, by the way, at the Royal Rumble, we saw after he retained, Nic Virtue addressed him first. So this is somewhat of a response to Nic Virtue.
Well, don't we have a lot to talk about this evening? The 2017 FAM Royal Rumble. Probably the most exciting event this community has ever seen, and it was my pleasure to be a part of it. But where do we begin? We could start with my successful title defense, but then that was overshadowed by a certain someone calling in to check up on me at the end of it. So we could talk about that. But even that was a fraction of some of the revelations that came out of the Rumble match. Shannon Silvera, one of the grandfathers of this industry, finally making an appearance in FAM. Black Heron, who in my mind received the ultimate just desserts, as he was ironically betrayed by betrayal. AC Arthurs and Arik, two good friends of mine, finally getting their break. We've come a long way since NGC, boys. The Hardcore Championship is official, Nova was screwed for the second Rumble in a row, and Big Bad Guns made his triumphant return. Until it came down to two. And after a hard-fought battle, it came down to one. And the winner of the 2017 Royal Rumble, Rombuster. Rom, you're a hell of a competitor, and it would have been an honour to fight against you at FaMniversary. You're going to be in for the fight of your life against Rannick, so best of luck to you. But the person I want to speak about next is the runner-up in that match, the man who dropped me a line at the end of my match at the Rumble, the keeper of Pandora's box, Nic Virtue. Nick, at the Rumble, you said to me that you needed to win the Rumble match because it was your only opportunity to get what you wanted. Not only would it grant you a shot at a world championship, something that has been missing from your career for the last 6 years, but it would also guarantee you a rematch with me. Now, I'm not sure which one of those two things you really care about the most, but I can tell you the latter of the two is certainly something that I care about. Almost 3 years ago, we put on a match for the ages, a match that people still talk about to this very day. The only small asterisk on that match, as everyone knows, is that neither of us walked out the victor. And you know, despite coming back to the ring after regaining consciousness to shake your hand, despite burying the hatchet with you and sending a massive message out to everyone that respected us, that match sat with me for a long, long time. In fact, it was only at Pandora where I secured this FAM World Championship where things finally started to look up for me. You see, the reason I'm here, the reason I'm in FAM, the reason I still fight despite the amount of setbacks I've received or haters I have, is because I want to go down as the greatest of all time. I didn't make a name for myself because I looked at guys like Andy, 2TM, BH, and Rom and said, I think I can be better than those guys. No. I looked at those guys and I knew that I was better than them. I knew I had what it took to become a world champion one day. But the thing is, it's kind of hard to be known as the best when your most memorable moment is a draw. To be given the opportunity to correct that mistake, hell, you can bet your ass I'm going to take that. So Nick, the ball is in your court. Whether it's the world championship you care most about or another shot at me, you have the opportunity to kill two birds with one stone right now. But I give you fair warning, because I don't think you quite understand what these two things mean to me.
There is Nic Virtue, the man who lost the Royal Rumble, and the man who is coming out here to respond to Cameron Bash. Remember, these two already fought before with Bury the Hatchet #1. It ended in a draw. Could we be seeing the ultimate rematch at FaMniversary?
Look, Cam, when I said I respect you and what you've done, and that I consider you a friend, I meant that. You are the only person in the history of my career to have pushed me as far as you did when we last crossed paths. And together, we made history. I was there when you needed a helping hand against Rannick and his men at Survival, and would gladly aid you with anything you'd need. This is why I don't want to do this. But on the other hand, you are holding what I want, no, what I need. I have been chasing what seems to be a shadow for almost 7 years, Cam. And this past year, winning Pandora's Box put me in the perfect position to finally solidify my career and go down as the very best in-ring performer this business has ever known. I can't do that without ever winning that championship. That means more to me than seeing which one of us truly is the better man. Because deep down inside, I think you know I had you beat. I delivered the final blow, the outro of Bury the Hatchet. I nailed you with the hardest bittersweet symphony I've ever delivered, and you couldn't move. And at FaMniversary 4, Cam, I will do it again. But this time, you will be pinned. 1, 2, 3.
Ah, Nick. As smug as ever, I see. You're right. You did hit me with the last move that match. But as physical as it all was, I don't think people quite understand the mental battle that it was as well. Everything was on the line. Our entire existence, every action we had ever committed was weighed up in front of us, and that was it. It was put up or shut up. It was win the match and cement everything you had ever done to be legit, or lose and become nothing. So I brought everything that I had. I brought things I don't think I was ready to do to another human being. And that's left its mark on me. There are things that I won't do. There are moves that I won't hit. Because whenever I do, it automatically takes me back to that dark, dark place I was in when facing you. 20 minutes into that war, I hit the most devastating bash bomb that I have ever hit. And in that moment, I actually felt some sympathy for you. Your mangled, bloody body. I didn't know I was capable of doing that. Which is where your most impressive trait kicked in, Nick. And that raging fire inside your heart ignited, and with every last ounce of energy you had left in your body, you delivered one final, bitter, sweet symphony. In the one moment where I was off guard and actually felt some remorse for you. Well, Nick, there is just far too much at stake to make sure you're okay this time. If I need to deliver moves I haven't hit in 3 years, then so be it. If I need to go back to that dark place I was in, then I'll deal with that too. Because just like the first time around, everything will be on the line. Win and cement everything into the history books. Lose and I'm nothing.
You're absolutely right, Cam. For you, it's win or lose everything you've worked for. For me, it's win or go home. And I'm sorry to say, but that ain't happening. You think I gave you hell when pride and bragging rights were in the whims? Could you even imagine how impossible it would be for you to deny me of something I've been chasing for 6 years? Forget the brutality, forget the blood, forget the pride. It all comes down to who wants it the most. And my friend, I'm here to tell you that nobody wants it as bad as Nic Virtue. And oh, is it so poetic. Me and you, one-on-one at FaMniversary 4, one more time. And Cam, if I came this far, if I went through trial and tribulation and overcome every obstacle put before me to get to this point, only to fail, then I don't deserve to do this anymore.
Well, it looks like one-on-one Nic Virtue, Cameron Bash, the FAM World Championship at FaMniversary. A second, or I should say the sequel to the, oh, here comes the Mafia. Here they come. We saw what Tiny did at the Royal Rumble. Valiant effort. Valiant effort. The man was screwed out of that match.
Wow, look what we got over here! 2 bums from the outside world? This is the kind of trash that Don was talking about at the Rumble. Get up, Tiny!
Oh, come on! Come on! Nic Virtue attacking Tiny! Tiny didn't even attack him first! He didn't attack him first! How dare he attack Tiny! Oh, no, what? Bash! Bash, stop it! Stop it! No! No! Stop! Stop it! These two are sitting here actually using Tiny as a means for one-upmanship right now. Stop it! How dare you two? Look at, stop it! What are you doing? What kind of madman sits here and attacks a poor innocent man like Tiny? You know what? They're gonna have a lot of things. They're gonna have a lot of people to answer to. Oh, Bash! Don't you do it! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Stop it! Stop hitting Tiny!
Jesus, Tiny, not again! I gotta save your fat butt every time! Oh, come on! Not again!
Put him down! Put him down! Not that way again! Gosh darn it! How disgusting this is! Oh wait, what is Virtue doing? What is Virtue doing? Oh no. Oh no, I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going. No, don't do it. Don't you do it, Virtue. Don't you she started like... Oh! Oh, actually, I like this. I like this. I don't care if it's an accident or not. Beautiful. Bittersweet symphony. Hit on camera and bash. That's what this big brute gets. That's exactly what he gets.